So talk to me, man. I feel like I haven't seen or talked to you for more than a second or two in the last few weeks. How's it going? You all right?
Well, so today we dealt with Brando, my 15-year-old son, has an infection on his right leg that we think might be a spider bite that's really, really bad and nasty. And so we had 2 teledoc video appointments today in a row. And then right after that, I had to record 3 video interviews for my job. So it's been some shit today.
Video interviews.
Hello.
You know what? Hey, Billy, welcome back.
I still can't see anything.
Well, maybe you're looking at the wrong end of that banana.
You got to put a banana up to your ear.
Oh, now I can hear.
I'll have you know we were recording. I said to
Good,
Brent,
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure in case you had the banana out. So Ryan, salesperson extraordinaire for a company you may be familiar with, he actually came last week over to my house on a particularly nice day, and we both worked from our laptops on my porch, socially distanced, but it was actually a lot of laughs. And
does he live close to you?
No, I mean, 10 minutes. He lives in Pleasant Ridge, so it's
That's kind of a just the desire to be within proximity of a friend, even if you're working. That was the motivation there.
Yeah, I kind of invited him as a joke, and then he showed up, and then as he was leaving, I said, we should just do this. My porch is big enough, and it's nice, and neither one of us have to go into an office, and we can do our thing and make each other laugh on the phone and shit, and I enjoyed it. I'm a social animal, man.
Yeah, I understand that. Did you guys get hammered while you were doing all this, or?
Well, no more than any normal work day. Let's say. I joke with work all the time about deciding whether or not I'm going to drink before 2. And I mean, obviously that's kidding, and as long as I'm doing my job, I think it's probably okay.
Yeah.
We
Billy, how's freelance life? Are you still
good question
picking up new contracts and new jobs, or are you steady with Salesforce?
Yeah, man. Well, it's not Salesforce technically, as I'm a contractor, but it is all through them, and I've been slammed, man.
Really? That's kind of cool. Billy, you're gonna have to move to your usual spot with the bookshelf behind you, where it works really well.
Yeah, you're
it's a good still. It's a good still, and I know that if he doesn't make any sound, nobody can see it.
Computer, I guess.
There it is. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it seems like you might be having internet. Part of my bullshit day, not dissimilar from yours, Brent, was my computer, my printer stopped working. It's like my computers recognize the printer, but they can't connect to it, and I can't.
There we go.
Driving me crazy.
So we have Billy now, but we also have his frozen still image from the last iteration of Billy.
Yeah. So he's in our Billy. You're in the meeting twice now. You've cloned yourself.
Good. You know what the problem was? I've been using the Salesforce work laptop for this personal use, and
you're trying to stop.
There's a special network to log into for security of work stuff, which I didn't think I needed for this, but apparently that was the issue.
Salesforce is throttling you down.
It's a little dongle. It's a little dongle I plug into the side.
Okay.
Still can't see you.
Yep. Still
dongle
can't see
or
you.
no dongle.
All right. I'm not sure I want to see your dongle.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Billy, can you see the same screen we're seeing? Are you seeing a 4-way Brady Bunch?
Oh man.
Your face
This is the first time since I started doing this that I'm really regretful that I don't have the Brady Bunch screen. Shit. Yeah, you're here twice, Billy. See if you can make that same face.
and then come back a 3rd time.
So
no, it's got to be an even number. He's got to come back 2 more.
Last time we did this, Steve said that I looked like Mitch McConnell. Remember that?
Oh, no.
Yes. No, he to be fair, I I forgot. To be fair, what he said was that when you made a certain face, you had Mitch McConnell's chin.
Oh, and I hold on. I've got more because I watched last night's episode, right?
Oh yeah, Jim Farmer.
Yeah, and I love the part where you're talking about me for some reason.
We talk about you almost every show. Did I refer to? Are you talking about referring to you as emergency guest?
you said, and Bill's in Sistern now, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Well, it kind of is. I don't. It's one of those things that just kind of happened, and it's not that I'm not fine with it, but Billy, there was a time just a couple of years ago when I would tell people that you had inserted yourself into my life in so many different ways over such a short time period that I was sure you were stalking me.
Christina sends me $50 a week.
Oh, it's just to keep me occupied, kind of shit.
You said you needed some positive influences.
Right on. Right. I still haven't tried your coffee.
Billy, I have listened to some of the stuff that you sent over of the old
oh my God,
old Billy Catfish recordings.
So much stuff.
Well, just your own recordings, not the other stuff, not your box sets. But yeah, those are great, man. I mean, I remember seeing you play back then from time to time, but it's nice to have it all cataloged, and it's fun. It's fun to listen to. Oh, it cheered me up.
A lot, man. Yeah, thank you. You know, and Steve, who isn't here, actually sent me a note saying, the same thing. So it was pretty interesting. I'm happy to hear people enjoyed it.
I still haven't figured out how to listen to any of the shit you're sending me, but I'm archiving it because there's tons of it that's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is here.
You just tap the link there, buddy. That's all you do.
No, because what happens with me is I tap the link and I get some kind of notification about my Dropbox or something, and I can't. It's just I can't. I don't trust me. I've tried. I have the same issue with your Spotify playlist you send me. I hit them and go to Spotify and it's playing whatever the most popular song is, and I can't make it play the playlist that got me there. So it's old man stuff, I assure you. Figure it out. I'll figure it out sooner or later.
Sorry, I was just thinking that's like the kind of stuff my mom says to me when she's texting about things.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. But I've always, for whatever reason, I've always had issues with Spotify. I've never been able to make it work for me in any capacity.
Hey, Steve, is Steve going to join us?
I don't know. He was the one that said 7, and I actually ended up being late. I actually have a surprise guest tonight, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. But, Steve's a surprise guest. It's straight from the Upper Tug Fork Tree Farm. Steve Curtin. Whoa.
Let's bring in that surprise guest.
Pardon me?
Let's bring that person in.
Well, they haven't joined yet either, so I don't know what to tell you. They said they would. We'll see what happens. You know who I send a link to every Wednesday, or I have the last 3 anyway, is Dana. And she made it clear. It sounded like she had to do a lot of Zoom shit for work or whatever, and she was just like, yeah. I don't know if I want to do more of that shit.
That's kind of my general thing about these things is I still am, like, I don't know about you. It sounds like you're both at least as busy as you were before all of this started. And
yeah,
I feel like I am. And today I definitely felt that way, but that also included the teledoc appointments that I told you about, Scott, right. And just having a camera in my face all day long is a little tough sometimes. It's nerve-wracking.
It is. And I was talking to Christina about this, and she actually said, are you going to keep doing these things? And I'm just like, yeah, probably. But it's not just the camera, it's the screen. It's having a screen in your face. And I've got, 5 of them here, and during a normal work day, I got 4 active. And I really do, it's bad for your brain. It's gotta be. I can feel it in my eyes after a few hours some days.
You have 4 active cameras on you while you're doing work stuff? Is that so you can get different angles?
No, I have 4. I just have 4 screens when I'm doing my job. I have 4, I'm not one of these tab people. Here's another one.
When he's doing his job, there's 4 screens in front of him. Side hustle.
Thank you very much. No, it's just, I was telling Christina that it's not just camera time, it's screen time. And so, in the weekends, when I log out on Friday, I did a couple of these on Saturdays and Sundays, and I just was like, no, I just got to take that time off.
How's Christina doing?
She's good. She's good. She's a little concerned about being asked to go back to work, but she doesn't have to. She's got a medical, high risk excuse, and there's no reason why she can't work from home. She's been doing it all this time. So they can't make her come in if she's considered high risk, and she's got a letter that says so from her doctor. And I'm just like, don't worry about it. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. So Ryonen found out today that tattoo shops are opening, I think, this Friday.
Is she gonna do that?
No. It's like everything else that is reopening right now. So the recommendations are, and the science tells you that you should still maintain distance, yet you can reopen salons and barbershops. And so there's a huge disconnect there, and it's all stemming from the fact that there's no central leadership in this country at all right now. And so everybody's just on their own, and so her boss is calling her, and he's really understanding from what I heard on the one side of the phone conversation I heard today. But yeah, so they could wear face shields and essentially what she called riot gear while they're tattooing someone.
Right.
I don't know. But I don't think she's going back for a while.
Yeah, I mean the word disconnect is perfect. LD from LD texted me today and said she had watched the thing with David Enright, and she said you should do a whole series on nothing but the lack of discourse in the United States right now. Like, people can't even talk about shit anymore. And disconnect with this shit is to me, it seems like such a fucking no-brainer. Everyone's saying the numbers are stabilized, so let's open everything up, but no one's pointing out the fact that any stability that we have in the numbers was based on things being shut down. Yeah. It's just like, okay,
the most obvious things are just being kind of swept under the rug, and you kind of have to. You're being asked to suspend your disbelief right now in order to do everything
with your life, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. But I understand the other side of it too. I understand the need for people to make money, especially in some cases.
Yeah.
But I also think it's important to point out that we're going to have to learn how to do this kind of shit anyway. We can't stay locked down forever, and I strongly believe that it's being rushed, and we're going to learn a real valuable and hard lesson over the next 4 to 6 weeks. But eventually we're going to have to learn as a society how we're going to function through this kind of shit. It's not like this is the last time this is going to happen.
Yeah, well, and I mentioned before, there's going to be lasting changes, like picking up groceries, pulling up and getting your groceries. That's awesome. And a lot of these companies who have said, like, oh, we don't want our employees to work from home because they're not going to be productive. Well, a lot of them are saying, well, yeah, I guess they can be as productive or suitably productive. And Twitter, their exec was in the news the other day saying that all of their employees were now going to permanently work from home.
Yeah. I mean, think about the money they'd save on office space.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to text Gertie real quick and find out what's going on. Or I'm going to text all of us and find out what's going on. Because it's the one that's up. Maybe he fell asleep. Tree farm or whatever. I don't know. I'm glad that Rye had the chance to. Oh, there he is. I'm glad that Rye had the chance to decide for herself. Because I know there's going to be situations where people are going to be like, you want to keep your job, you got to come in here and work.
Ooh, somebody got a haircut.
Somebody gave himself a good haircut. I'm going to be doing that myself soon. I'm getting so fucking sick of it.
That is a serious haircut.
No, Steve. I can't see Steve. Oh.
It's Luke Wilson and the Royal Tannenbaums.
Wow.
The last time anybody saw that movie, The Royal Tannenbaums?
I never have.
Who's never seen it?
I've never seen it.
You should see it. It's funny. That's all I got.
What up?
Hey, Stevie. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Good. Nice to see you. I thought maybe you'd fallen asleep and you weren't going to make it.
No, I was listening to this old ADAT reel that I had, and it had that song "Gasoline Burns, Hippies Fine."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
It had a good version on there. Brent's got the drums, and your bass is on there. It's from a long time ago.
How many songs are on it? Or just that song?
That was one of about 6 6 or 7 songs.
No, but no recollection of where we did it, or I guess it would have had to be an Ultra Suede, right?
Probably.
Probably. Didn't we do some recording at your house in Bellevue years and years ago?
I don't think so.
I thought we recorded a bunch of shit with Joel in that little room down there. It might even have just been like open air stereo mic stuff.
I think we did some of the overdubs for T-Mission in the basement in Bellevue.
Oh yeah. That's right. At that workbench.
Hey, Scott, when you had David Enright on the show, did you talk to him about his cover of Team Mission?
I didn't. It didn't come up. But what's funny is that like after we got off, like right towards the end of the time limit on that one, he was like, we started talking about music, and I said something to the effect of, yeah, I mean, you're the kind of person I would always like to hear what you're listening to. And we get off, and he sent me a Facebook message with all these bands. This is what I'm listening to. So by the way, he's apparently still coming to Cincinnati this summer. Around when Springfest was going to be. I mean, he literally planned this vacation to go to Springfest and see GBV, which is now officially canceled. And I told him while he was in town, we should all get together and have like a jam. And he actually said, "Do you mean like preserves or making music?" And I said, "Hopefully it's some combination of the two." so I promised on behalf of all you guys that we'd get together with him in some capacity while he was in town.
I think it's possible that we could pull off the Kentucky Tree Farm practice. I'd like to see what that looks like. Maybe Steve, you can send us like a photo of what you know. Is it a garage, like a 2-car garage, or what have you got?
Have you not been out here before, Brent?
It's a 2-car
I've been to the
garage.
tree farm, but I've not seen the particular building that we would ostensibly practice in.
It's a 2-car garage, and we can do it with the garage door open, so it acts like
Funnel.
like a real nice reverberant space that you can put some microphones or video or whatever in the driveway, and then it's just like a little auditorium.
I think it would be cool to. I mean, we've got plenty of space, and there's no one nearby for miles and miles, so we could get extension cords and stand underneath a tree and play.
I think people would hear it for miles and miles. That's the thing. I think it's not that that's necessarily a bad thing. If we did that, I'd bring this DSLR I have and a video capture card and do it with a good camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think, and then before we don't stream it live, but then let Steve like tweak up the audio stuff or whatever and make sure it sounds cool.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm all you guys. I'm all for just the live blast, but whatever you guys want to do, I'm game. I would be game to go down to Stevie's and play physically tomorrow.
The guy who records every Zoom chat and puts it on Facebook doesn't necessarily want to record practice.
No, I was just saying. No, there's something about live. Well, you know, I used to do the Facebook lives with us. I just go live with it. No, yeah. I do this it's a courtesy, Brent, in case somebody says something they wish they hadn't.
No, it's been a great success from what I hear.
Really? Oh, I guess I'm
don't you have a sponsor now?
No, I don't have a sponsor. and all you fuckers got to go subscribe to the YouTube channel. So, because if I can get to 1,000, then I can monetize this shit and quit working for a while.
Oh, do you have it? Do you have it on YouTube now?
Yeah. Did I never send you guys a link?
Mm-mm.
The panel.
Oh, Lauderdale, man.
Daytime Emmy.
My wife told me to ask somebody famous, so I because I happen to just through like Twitter or something, I asked Jimmy Fallon to do it because she loves his show. Have you guys seen Jimmy Fallon at home? It's so cute.
Who's Jimmy Fallon?
He's this talk show guy. He's so cute.
I'm just kidding.
He's so cute.
He's a cute guy.
He's cute, man. Oh shit! I'm still never gonna forgive him for the pass he gave Trump before he got elected.
So did everybody else.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
What do you mean he gave him a pass?
had him on the show and joked
Rubbed
about
his hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Normalized him.
He's apolitical.
That's a really great way to put what happened with that whole thing. It was normalized, and now like the standard has been just cut. I mean, over the last 3.5 years, normalization of bullshit has become so terrifying. Systematic, if you will.
Steve, how are things going on the farm?
Yeah, there you go. Stevie, what's going on? How's Dawn? How's the farm?
It's good. Lots of mowing to do. I was riding the tractor around the other day, which is kind of fun.
Do you have a good hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a good hat. I'm surprised he's not wearing the hat.
You're not wearing your hat.
He's not wearing his hat. Your cultivated style for 2020.
Yeah, I wear my hat when I'm driving the tractor.
Good.
Are you,
and your
Brent,
dad?
are you on the second floor there at your house, Brent?
Well, yes. Yeah, basically, it's our first floor. So we have the second and third floor of this house. And so this is the front porch of that. It's quite nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're in Covington, right?
No, not anymore. We're in Clifton. So that's Ludlow Avenue right down there. And yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a part of the city that I was gonna say it's part of a city where property values will almost never diminish.
They don't. It's insane.
Yeah,
like,
08, same thing.
I can't imagine. Right. I can't imagine anything impacting the rate at which people sell their houses around here. And they put up a listing and it's pending right away.
Yeah, measure listing times in hours.
Hey, the good thing about Clifton, at least you can get Adriaticos.
Yes.
I don't like Adriaticos.
That is true.
Pan, pizza.
Pizza. Little Caesars. Remember when Little Caesars' whole thing was how the mighty have fallen.
So as far as us actually practicing,
let's do it next week.
We're still waiting for Kentucky to allow that kind of a thing, which would make sense, right? Bashir is not open things up enough to where that's technically okay. Or am I wrong about that?
What are the guidelines for Christmas tree farms?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to a private residence.
Essential workers?
There's no guidelines out here. There's nobody out there.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. There's no guidelines enough for tug of war.
No guidelines. There's nobody out here except the turkeys and the deer.
And
well, actually, vultures. I was going off of something that you said, Steve, like you were waiting for Kentucky to open back up or something like that.
I think that was just a remark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's up to us, boys. It's when we feel comfortable doing it. You guys aren't sick, right? Fuck it.
I'm not sick.
I'm not sick. Brent, you look healthy as a horse. Billy, you look a little tired. You feel okay?
No, I never do.
Okay. But, I mean, it doesn't have to be next week or anything like that. But I would, we were talking a little bit of this earlier, Brent. I'm a social animal. I'd love to see you guys. I'd like to play at full volume with everybody in the same room. It'd be fun.
Well, the only drawback out here is there's no PA out here.
Well, Billy and I could meet at Herzog. I'd have to get my gear anyway.
I think I've got most of a PA in my basement.
I still have to get my stuff from Herzog too.
Yeah, I've got my cabinet and amp there. I don't have anything but this piece of shit.
Well, we could make it work with pieces of shit.
Well, there is a drum
or pieces of silver
out here, so you don't have to bring all the drums except for what you want.
You got a full kit out there?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You got a bass amp and shit out there too? What kind of gear do you have already at your disposal? You just got a guitar amp and some drums, or?
I don't have any amps. Just that stuff you put in my garage.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
We'll be here, man. I don't think we're going anywhere.
I mean, there might be some speakers in that pile of stuff you gave me that we could plug a PA into.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. fuck, man, how many? That was all that water damage shit from Hoffman's basement, right?
Yeah.
How many pieces are there? 6, 8?
I haven't even counted them. There's so much. But
Man,
I could check the speakers and see if they work.
it'd be cool. I mean, it might be. I mean, does it make any sense to lay them all outside on a warm day and make sure they're all completely unsodden?
I think they're all dry by now. It's just the
I would.
amps. The
Yeah.
amplifiers look cooked. You know. But
Yeah.
Speakers are another different option. They might survive a little water.
Yeah, they're a little hardier in their basic construction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be cool. I've got some stuff here that, I mean, we could talk about. If we really decide we're going to do it, we can always do the inventory and figure out what everyone needs to bring when the time comes.
Scott, I actually have a bass amp here in my basement too.
Right on. I mean, what are the chances of us getting to the point where we can get together and play regularly? And is it going to be at the farm?
It could be wherever we want.
I just, transportation purposes, seems like it would, and what's the story with Herzog, Billy? Could we go there?
Well, theoretically, we could.
Theoretically, almost anything's possible.
Yeah, right.
Ohio.
Although we haven't reopened or laid out, put our heads together to figure out what the plan is going to be. There are still some meetings and stuff that's happening. Private stuff happening there. So
right. Well,
Farm.
I mean,
Farm.
Brent's voting farm. Brent from Clifton, it's a good solid 25-minute drive.
If we do this every couple of weeks, let's just try it once and see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm up for it. Like, if we keep the garage doors open and we do it right.
Well, what about a week from tonight, boys?
Do we wear masks?
I'm not gonna.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll have a mask in my car in case I go in a gas station or some shit, but I don't think it's gonna be a threat or an insult to you gentlemen if I'm not wearing it when we play, is it?
As long as we stay 6 feet apart.
Right. I don't know.
And,
I'll defer to the group think on that whole thing.
No passing your beer to the next person over.
Right, and everyone's got to bring their own devices. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be next week, but maybe the week after. But I like the fact that we're thinking about it. And the only reason I asked if it was something that we do regularly is that would go a long way towards determining what all I bring with me. It'll be how much I can leave there when I go home.
I think we should instead of setting a hard date right now, let's maybe set a window of time and get our shit from Herzog and then find the nicest day out of that window of time.
Well, I'll be under the same, believe it or not, I'll be under the same kind of restrictions that I am. I mean, the Wednesday night will be great. Oh, guess somebody's entered the waiting room. Gentlemen, I have a surprise guest.
Surprise guest.
Holy.
Koltay.
What's up?
Who is it? Koltay?
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Hey, there, I see him.
I was just trying to figure. I was trying to figure out a way to mix it up a little bit because, well, I haven't spoken to Brent as often as Billy and Stevie, but I just, tired of talking to the same people.
Yeah, me too, man. It's just been me and the wife, and I mean, we love each other. I feel like we have a healthy relationship too. I guess as much as you can if you're trying to be married and shit. And
oh, I know.
It's actually been kind of cool to not have to. I'm like, oh, if we can just both quit our jobs and like get up and eat oatmeal together at 10:30, like we would probably not have any arguments.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Quarantined in a recording studio.
Yeah, like, so check it out. Like, Look at this shit. I fucking
Chris,
am I
do me a
not supposed
favor.
to-
Turn your phone horizontal.
Why?
Because then we get a bigger picture. We can see more of what's going on and you and behind you.
Alright.
And you can
There
say
you go.
whatever the fuck you want, just as long as you don't care if people hear you saying it on fucking Facebook.
I don't care. What's
Okay.
Facebook anyway?
Exactly. That's nice, man. Look at that. I've actually seen some pictures of this on Facebook, I think, or
Look at
Instagram
all
or
those
something.
wires.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm legally gonna. Julie and I are gonna legally change our name as a couple to Tangerine Dream. Let's see where that goes. But look at this shit. It's like crazy. I've been reorganizing everything. This is like a new Studer machine that apparently I was trying to fix with a cordless screwdriver or something. I don't know.
Looks like a giant finger.
Yeah. And yeah, there it is. What are you guys
Nice.
doing? How are you guys? Everybody okay? Everybody healthy and stuff?
More or less.
Yeah.
Healthy. Yep. Physically healthy.
Physically healthy. We were having some discussions about the mental health aspect of it. We were actually just debating whether or not we were going to get together and play sometime soon.
Oh wow. You guys should come up here.
That's been discussed. There's new material and it's been floated that we all drive up to Detroit and have you record it.
So we
Yeah,
can't
man.
can't be quarantined for 2 weeks though when we enter your state.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just do a 2-week long session and then that'll be the quarantine, you know.
I like the way you're thinking.
We'll record a song and make like an exemplary casserole every day.
An exemplary casserole might be my favorite phrase I've heard uttered on here.
Chris, are you walking through this is all your studio, or is this your studio now you're walking back into your house? Or are you just walking in circles?
I'm walking around in the control room now, which is like this time of day there's not a lot of windows in this place, but you know, it's usually not this fucked up. I went through this old closet. Pretty exciting. I found a lot of ADAT tapes from Ultra Suede.
That's funny.
Some fucking
Steve
Maids
was
of
just mentioning ADAS.
Yeah,
Literally-
Stevie apparently found some today too.
Yeah, Maids of Square tapes.
Really?
Oh wow.
Hey, Chris, I'm
this is
just
our-
gonna say, as long as you mention that, I
This is our house.
I would love to have a copy of that. I think at one point Brendan gave me a CD of that stuff, but it's long gone. I haven't heard that stuff in years and years.
Yeah, I have DAT tapes and ADAT tapes, but
That's cool.
I had a guy transfer the ADAT or the DATs to like, I don't remember what was it, like CDRs? I don't know what the fuck it was, but I have some. I bet I have something somewhere. If not, I mean, like, can't you get a DAT machine for like $20 at a garage sale right now?
Or I can just
Probably.
use Steve.
5.
Yeah,
There, you can use Steve's.
Steve's probably got one like in his back pocket right now. You know.
That's what he's sitting on, so you can see him clearly.
Yeah, he's sitting on seven DAT machines.
Right. It's actually only 3 to the floor.
Yeah.
What else is going on, man? So what have you been doing the last couple of months? You said you and your wife are both working though, right?
Well, she runs a legal courier business and owns and operates that, which I am blissfully unaware of what that is, except for there's a lot of like serving papers and filing things and stressful driving around and kind of flipping out kind of shit.
That sounds
happens.
great.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's like, again, I think she's probably stoked to have a little bit of time off. But really, this place, I've been busy, you know, with touring and then doing this place. There's so much shit to go through here. There's like, you know, like, why do I have 2 giant bins of ADATs and shit? Like, why? You know, like, where does that go? Where should I put it or whatever? It's just, I've been kind of just going through and really figuring, you know, since I'm probably going to go out of business in September anyway, it'd be cool if I know where everything fucking is before I try to sell it on Reverb.
Right.
Know?
Before you liquidate. Jesus. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you could always just bury things in the backyard.
I don't have a yard at all. I have
Shit.
I have nothing like that.
So much for
I
that
think
option.
I think what's gonna happen is like this stuff right here. This is my next thing. Is all this stuff.
Ah,
That's like a bunch
damn.
of different racks and things. Like I'm gonna.
So
put
you've just been acquiring this shit over time, right? And just piling it up.
I stole all of that stuff from John Curley.
Oh, right on.
And you should see all the stuff he has on the lower level. It's like a music store down there.
I'll go down there.
It is.
There we go. There we go. We're getting a tour.
Yeah, we might see a cat. There's cats.
We've had a lot of appearances of animals on this thing. I mean,
let me say, man, there was a period of time I was going up to Detroit a lot, and I would always call Chris on the way up. And I got to see the space when he first got it, and the neighborhood was not the best, man. And this level he showed us now had water everywhere.
Yeah.
No shit.
Now
It's
it just
a bear
has
center.
now it has like empty Amazon boxes, and this is where we like our gloves and shit. I don't know, whatever, preparing for future weirdness. But yeah, this is the live space. There's not usually a chop saw in here, but
You never know when you're going to need one.
yeah, I've been trying to just get everything done that I've been planning on. I'm going to turn this thing into like a 4-track studio. That's one of the things I want to do. But
That looks
yeah.
like a face.
Huh?
The real machine looked like a face.
Look at
Oh,
all
yeah.
those stars.
That
It
is
sure does, doesn't it? Yeah, I never
Yep.
thought of that.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? So yeah, that's
How many
That's
snare drums do you
crazy.
have? Like 5 or 6?
I don't know. Here.
There's so many. Oh, well, let's count them. Jesus.
There's
Look at all that.
wow.
Holy shit.
I don't even play the fucking drums. You know?
Man. Well, I mean, there's a lot of shit there, man. I bet you're sitting on quite a relatively vast resource that most people wouldn't be able to tap. But I mean, you've gathered all this stuff over time. Is it really something that you're going to be? I mean, obviously, you're not going to be excited to liquidate it.
I'm not gonna sell any of this shit.
Oh, right on. Okay. That's kind of
I'll
what I was
sell
hoping you'd say.
I already told. I mean, when this started happening, we started talking about it, and I was like, if it comes down to like this stuff is who I am. It's like the only thing I know how to do for a living, other than touring, which is maybe never gonna happen again. Or
Yeah.
What
who
was the
fucking
last
knows?
tour?
Like,
What was the
what's
last
that?
tour? What was the last tour you did, Chris?
I did a Shigeto tour, and we were in Sacramento, in
March?
right at the end of February, in early March. So we canceled the Sacramento show, and everybody was like, "You're overreacting," and I was like, "I have a feeling this one's gonna be big." Like I don't want to be. A couple of the guys in the band have older like parents they care for and stuff. One of them is going through chemo, and I was like, we can't.
Yeah.
For what? So a bunch of like college dudes can take Molly and listen to like ambient jazz and dance around. I mean, like that's all good.
Right. But
But,
is it worth the risk?
Is it worth being called the Detroit 4 or whatever?
It's actually the same concern. Like we talked about practicing tonight for the first time, and Steve's invited us out to his dad's farm and his family farm, and I like the idea, but part of me, I don't know, part of me is still like, Steve, your dad's there. He's not going to be in the garage with us, but there's definitely a concern there.
And it's not unfounded, and I mean, asymptomatic carrier, whatever the case might be. We just got to be careful as shit.
Well, it's not as dangerous as going to the grocery store. I mean, when he goes,
Yeah.
that would be more dangerous in my mind.
Does he insist?
Yeah.
Does he insist on going still?
No,
His dad does.
no, he's like, whatever.
Yeah, my mom too. My mom's just like, she knows. She's got all kinds of immune deficiency shit going on. She's like, she's just tired of staying in her house, and not seeing anybody.
Yeah, I am too, and I go out as often as I get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, we live in our neighborhood. It's now like, Tiger Town, fucking I mean, it's not these days, but like, you know, a lot of, it's weird. It's kind of, it looks like it did when I first moved here. There's just nobody around, but there's still like, you know, the like, you know, just like rich white people jogging with no masks on and shit, which seems to just be a thing that, you know, anywhere you can get a good shot of espresso, there's that person now, you know, like, it's like, well, I feel fine. I'm just gonna, you know, like, it's not airborne. I'm like, really? It's not? Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it is.
Do you still do stuff at Third Man?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually flew home in the middle of that tour to do a makeup show.
Really?
Yeah. Their first show in Detroit in 20 years.
I was gonna say it had to have been that long. I didn't realize they were still around. I mean, did they just reconvene recently?
I mean, I don't know. You know that dude. Like, if there's, you just, you know, he'll do it if the money's right, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's true of all of us, right?
Yeah. No shit. You know. Fuck.
Sure.
Oh, fuck. God damn, it's nice to see you, man. Yeah, I gotta say, minus with the beard is a little new to me. I haven't seen you in a long time, but other than that, you look exactly the same.
Yeah, the long hair thing. Just I got in a pretty intense like near car accident thing, and like it just, my back was fucked up and it hurt to do anything like to my head for whatever reason. So I quit. I just quit shaving and cutting my hair for like months.
Cold turkey.
Yeah, I really, and honestly, I haven't really had any symptoms as far as withdrawal either, except for every now and then when I'm smoking a joint, I'll burn a piece of my hair, but then there's so much of it now, who could even
Doesn't
tell?
matter.
Like, it's a trade-off you can't calculate. You know? Yeah.
I'd actually give anything to be able to not shave, or I'm gonna have to give myself a haircut here soon, like Stevie's.
I just got the razor out.
That's what I think. That's what I'm gonna do.
Wow. You're like number 2 guard, number 4 guard.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Number 3 guard.
23 centimeter guard.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I had some practice giving my boy the Christian Slater from Gleaming the Cube a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
That's good. That's good a response as
that might be the most Scott Haggerty thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
what's
no
that?
Shit.
Giving my son the Christian Slater haircut. It was easy.
Yeah, I mean,
you knew it like the back of your hand.
No, actually, I was when it was all finished, I was surprised at the uncanny resemblance because I wasn't going for it. We'd been saying "Stay Gold, Pony Boy" to him for a few days because he bleached his hair.
Oh, was it blue?
He bleached it to dye it blue, and then he liked it when it was all yellow, and so he has never used the blue dye. It's still kicking around here somewhere. I expect it to rear its ugly head before long.
I think it's like he's gonna do a Flash Gordon thing.
I don't know.
That would be sweet.
I mean, honestly, anything they want to do. I felt like they were losing their minds a couple weeks ago, but they seem to have evened out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, man, I fucking like staying home, and if I don't have to go, like, it's just because of the years of being I guess on tour and stuff. It's like when I'm here, I don't want to go anywhere, and so that part hasn't been. It sucks to not just be able to go to a bar and like see people and have a beer or whatever, but it's like that's not really that much of a downside considering what is happening, you know, like you just can't believe.
So Chris, you're not taking part in the militia protest. The Michigan militia takeover of the state house.
Oh yeah, no, I totally.
There's been talk about, heard them dragging the governor out by her hair. There's, I've seen posts about that kind of shit. That's not for you.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I had a friend of mine, or not a friend of mine, somebody that works with Julie called her Adolf Whitmer the other day, and I was just like, I don't know, man. It seems like people are. It's in nobody's best interest that this is happening, you know. nobody's like getting off. Like, I mean, maybe it is, you know.
Oh no, there's certainly a lot of profiteering going on. Make no mistake about it.
Well, yeah, but it's not like, Whitmer isn't like, I'll extend it just so I can squeeze more money out of my Purell stock.
Right.
You know,
right.
You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
why they call it a plandemic.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know, man. That shit makes me embarrassed, and it's like it's happening in Ohio too. But like
No,
up
it is.
here, there's just that's the thing. It's like now because our country's literally been completely divided into people that are like that, and then there's literally everyone else, and none of those people fucking agree on anything. You know, like.
Yeah.
Nobody can be like,
the only
yeah,
reason there are
sucks.
more militias in Michigan than Ohio is because Michigan is more scenic, I think. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the same kind of shit would be there.
There's more places to go shooting.
Yeah,
Mm.
The
there's
whole
more
state's
woods
a
to
dead
hide
end.
in and shit like that. Oh, you guys want to say, hey, look, hold on, it's Julie. She's coming home from the thing.
Oh,
This is
awesome.
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Julie.
Yeah, this is my wife. These are dudes from my youth. Yeah, hold on.
Hi, dudes from the youth.
Reagan
Hello,
Hi, Julie.
Julie. It's nice to meet you.
Young Koltay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
not
never
much different
young.
than yeah. Oh,
It
it's an
actually-
old soul.
My life is shockingly similar.
I talked to Brian Driscoll a lot, and he's expressed the same sentiment as you. He's like, I didn't go anywhere anyway. So,
Right.
And I guess, God bless you guys both for being able to just, but I mean, thank God it's safe and easy, but I don't know. I'm a social animal. I get cooped up.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I have a lot of oscillators, That's just like, I'm like, oh, I feel kind of stressed out, and I'm like, sweet, I'll make some sort of fucking crazy blissed out thing, and then that at least takes like 2 or 3 hours, I started making a bunch of weird shit from scratch, like tortillas and stuff, and like nixtamalizing corn. I've been doing a lot of really weird shit around here.
No, man,
Yeah.
Cooking's one of the most popular things people have taken up now because, I mean, sometimes there's nothing better to do than eat.
Billy started roasting his own coffee beans, and that looks like a total success.
On a grill.
Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
Billy.
Oh, yeah.
I did. Yeah, I got my recent shipment of $120 worth of raw coffee beans the other day.
Oh, from Sweet Maria's?
No.
Oh.
But,
Another source.
yeah.
You're going to have to check it out.
I only know about
Yeah.
Sweet Maria's.
No, I don't know Sweet Maria.
I don't either.
It's like a site that sells green beans. I've been doing that. It's really rewarding,
Do you
I
get the
almost
end
never-
result?
Yeah, because it's just like, you never have coffee like that. It's true. I mean, I never get it right. I'm never like, this is roasted perfectly in this Jiffy Pop thing, like.
In the
I'll
Jiffy
put
Pop?
I'll put this up against a Probat any day. I would never do that, but it's kind of cool. It's also way fucking cheaper,
I'm ashamed to admit that Billy brought me coffee and I haven't tried it yet. And it's been 2 weeks.
Well,
Mhm.
it's probably still good.
I would think
That
so.
is shameful, though.
My kitchen still smells wonderful.
Well, it's just off gassing for the first 10 days anyhow, that's all it is. It's all good.
Scott's always off gassing.
Oh, wow. Here's one of the cats.
We're gonna see
Let me
one of
see.
these cats, and I'm gonna have to bag out. I'm up against the hard out.
Oh, yeah.
How many cats do you have?
Well, the two that I had when I lived in, well, fuck, I guess back then I had a varying number, but we have 2 now. This
Okay.
one's name is Lyle Mays. She's real nice.
Chris, explain your layout a little bit. Like your studio, how is it oriented compared to your living space, or is it all kind of the same?
Well, down there is the live room, and then up here, this is the control room.
Yeah.
And then if you go in here, this is, again, shit is kind of everywhere because, well,
Space.
the fucking pandemic. It's all the pandemic's fault. And
Yeah,
then
everything is, man.
this is like the kitchen. This is where records get played. Yeah, basically this is the kitchen. This is the spice rack.
Holy mackerel!
Nice.
I'm telling you, like, we don't fucking leave. And then this is
The library.
yeah, the records and shit.
Good.
And then
Yep.
more records here.
NPR studio.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been doing DJ sets for Julie. I'm not sure she really appreciates it, but I do it anyway. So, and this is like where people sleep when they come here from somewhere else, you
Okay.
know.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask if you're on the top bunk or the bottom.
It depends on the day around here, you know. Sometimes I'm on the couch. But I haven't been kicked out
Sounds
of
like my house too.
haven't been kicked out of the house yet, which is cool. Let me see if where Julie. Can I show these guys on camera in here? All right. There's Julie again.
Hi.
Remember
Hi,
Hi
Julie.
again, Julie.
This
This
looks
is
like a really nice place, man.
Another
There's
cat.
the other cat.
That's another cat. His name is Pat Matheny.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mr. Pat Matheny.
He's huge. You can't really see, but he weighs like about 20 pounds. He's
Big
like
cat.
he's like James. He's kind of built like James Gandolfini. You know? Well, not he's not dead, but he's like if James Gandolfini was still alive. R.I.P.
He's going
And,
to take a
and
nap
walking
on
and
Nixon
walking on all
console.
fours.
Yeah,
He's taking us somewhere. You should follow him for a minute.
yeah. He's
He wants
taking
to
us
show
in
us
here.
something.
He's going to show us that there's no food in his dish, and then he's going to hassle Julie. This is his big stretch. He likes to do that.
Big stretch, stand on a foot.
And then he goes to stand on it. He puts one back leg on it, on the human foot, and then he turns around. He puts the other back leg on it. Super weird.
A well-established routine, though.
Looks
Yeah,
like a
no,
raccoon.
Yeah.
We're
His
looking at you,
nickname-
Cat.
His nickname is the Baby Man because when he was small, his body was too small for his head, and then now his head is too small for his body, so he's always sort of looked like half baby, half man.
Yeah, I've had cats like that where if they sat a certain way, it looked like the head was just sitting on top of a ball of fur, just a round ball with a little head on top of it.
That's
Like
why
a
it's
snow-
confusing
like-
being a cat. It's not easy.
He's a big boy. Oh, here, you're getting a treat here. This is a big. He's showing off.
Yeah, he is.
Ah, damn it. Koltay, thanks so much. It was super
Yeah.
nice seeing you again, meeting Julie. Thank you, Julie. Thank
Yeah,
you, Pat Matheny.
This
You guys,
time Matheny.
listen, Chris, I'll send you this link every week. You're welcome to join us anytime.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'm not doing shit else. You know what I mean?
You know, you boys don't mind, right? And then if we're playing one time, you can just sit there and kibitz on. You can make commentary on, that sounded bad or whatever.
I'd be like, Brent, that hi-hat thing in the chorus is whack.
Just promise me you'll say something is whack. You
He'd
guys
be
have
like,
a good
"What?"
night.
What hi-hats? Yeah.
You guys have a great night.